Welcome to News Up Now. I'm Gleidson Martins, and I am today in Redwood City to talk about arts and community. And to talk about that, here next to me, the mayor of the town, Ian Bain. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for being here with us.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
Every Friday you have music on Square.
We do.
Is that what we're seeing here?
Yeah, that's what we're seeing here. So we started that around 2006 after the city built the square. And we attract bands from around the Bay Area. A lot of times those are tribute bands. It might be a Michael Jackson tribute or a Santana tribute or a Beatles tribute. And it brings thousands of people downtown.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, we've had a great turnout. We've been doing art in the square along with the concerts, and people love it.
Well, I heard it gets really packed, which is good for the town. For the economy, for restaurants.
Yeah,
You know.
and that was the original idea, was to draw people down there. So it used to be kind of a sleepy downtown where not
That's
a lot
what
of
I
people
heard,
came.
yeah.
And
Not
so
anymore.
since we've been doing that, it's really drawn people there, and they've been introduced to the businesses. They spend money down there, so it's good for everybody.
Absolutely. So when I first met you at the Brave Maker Film Festival, that was my second time, but my first time downtown. And I have to say, it's such a beautiful downtown.
Thank
It's
you.
just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's well done. I love the streets closed for vehicles, just for pedestrians. It's fantastic. It's a really brilliant idea. Let's talk about a little bit of the square. So that building over there, like European style, I would say, neoclassic?
Yeah, it's a classic building. It was built in 1912 originally, but in the 1930s, they actually built a building in front of it to expand the courtroom space. So the facade was destroyed. In 2005, we restored the facade and we built the plaza with the idea that it would be a gathering place for people of all backgrounds, all ethnicities, all socioeconomic classes. And we celebrate all cultures on the square. So we do Fiestas Patrias, we do Lunar New Year, we do the Lebanese Festival. It's really become a great place to bring people together.
Filoli, which is Fight, Love, Live,
Yes.
which is a beautiful estate. It's next to Redwood City, but there's a conversation to be part of the town. Is that it?
Well, it's just outside the city limits, and
Yeah.
so there's nothing official that's going on right now. But I did have somebody approach me who's on the board of directors there and said, wouldn't it be great to be part of Redwood City? And so there's a complicated process for annexing an area outside of the city into the city limits. It's neither here nor there right now, but I would love to have it as part of Redwood City. It's a great asset for the
absolutely.
region.
Yeah. Switching gears right now with you. So, and I understand that a lot of techies are moving to Redwood City.
That's true.
Is that increasing the rent?
I think it's part of it. This
Okay.
region has always been expensive, but yes, when you create more jobs in a region, housing has to keep up. And as a region, there hasn't been enough housing built over the course of many years. Redwood City's doing a lot to try to get those units built. So we've had about 3,000 units built in the last 6 years or so, but it's impossible to keep up with demand, and especially if not every city in the region is doing the same thing.
So your idea maybe was to every single town around those big companies, Google, Facebook, Apple, to build affordable housing.
Yeah, well, it's a matter of building housing near jobs and a matter of building jobs near housing. So not all the jobs should be on the peninsula, but to this extent possible, we need to build new homes to allow tech workers and others to live. And the result is if those homes aren't built, then it'll drive up the price of everything else.
Absolutely.
We're seeing that.
Yeah.
But I will say Redwood City is really trying to do its part in getting those homes
Okay.
built.
So State Senator Scott Wiener has this bill, I don't remember which one.
It's called SB 50.
Thank you. Which is to build affordable housing near public transportation. Are you up for that?
I think the concept is good. The devil's in the details. I'm someone who strongly believes in local control, because when we have the ability as local officials to negotiate with developers, then we can get community benefits from them. We can get things like trails, we can get things like parks built. So I'm wary of taking away that control from cities. I think there's a balance somewhere in between those two things.
Okay. And speaking of affordable housing, what are you doing to compensate that demand?
So Redwood City has an inclusionary zoning ordinance, so we require developers to build 20% below market units into their projects. And so usually the way that they do that is they'll partner with a nonprofit like Mid-Peninsula or Rome or Palo Alto Housing so that they can get those units built. The other thing they can do is if they want to pay an in lieu fee, they can pay a fee to the city instead, and then the city can collect those and spend it to build nonprofit below-market housing.
What is the future for Redwood City?
Well, that's where we really need to engage the community on a visioning process. And so we're hoping to launch that soon to talk about what does the future look like for them? What would they like to see in the next 10 years? So we are a charter city, which means that we have a general plan, and the plan lasts for 20 years. We're halfway through that plan, but I think we've seen a lot of things are happening a lot faster than we anticipated. So we have to engage the community, bring them in and say, what would you like to see, and how do we move forward to that future together?
So what are the demographics today for your town?
So we have a very large Latino population, but we have people from all backgrounds, all ethnicities, all around the world. I mentioned we celebrate all cultures on the plaza, and we pride ourselves on our diversity. We believe it's a strength in Redwood City.
Do you think this diverse population is due to all big tech companies in the area?
It's not due to the tech companies. We actually were very diverse before a lot of tech companies came into the region. But I think it has, tech workers tend to come from other countries as well.
Exactly.
So that, I think, adds to the diversity.
Absolutely, and I love the cosmopolitan feeling of, you learn about your culture and you learn about mine. That's how it's supposed to be, in my opinion. Sorry.
I agree with you. And the events on the square are a great way to do that. They're a great way for people to understand other cultures and engage with them and embrace those cultures.
Okay, well, Mayor, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Very
Thank
nice
you.
to see you again.
Yes.
And keep us posted, whatever happens in your town, and let us know, please.
I will.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you want to find out more about Redwood City, go to redwoodcity.org. And if you have any suggestions or comments about our show, please send us an email. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.